I got a stupid phone. Hey guys, this is Vic from Hot Poles. I'm gonna take you in. And what we do. The 58 that we're working on. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not good with the phone. But there it is. I don't know if you guys can see it. We're doing all the mock-up on it. Crank it. They look for Alex. Looking for his phone probably.
What's going on? How are you guys? Alex here from Hot Poles with another video for you guys. And I guess Vic took my phone and I don't know what kind of intro he actually filmed yet. So if you guys are seeing that, you guys are probably seeing that before this right here. So I apologize for anything he said. On the positive side, we got him on camera, so that's a good thing. Right now the guys are working on a few things right here behind me. We're trying to get some wall art up on the wall, and just to get it out of the way, because we're going to be moving the 58 project that's sitting right over there. We're going to be taking that body back off again, and we're going to pretty much just determine what we got to do to it real quick. But before we do that, let me show you what we're going to be doing. For today, what our project is to get the body mounts removed, which you can see right here, these guys line up. And I know the core support ones lined up here when we had the front clip on, but these are literally the only two that line up right here, or four technically. When we chopped the frame in that last video, the ones in the rear line up, but now everything in between here, nothing lines up. So we got to get those chopped off. Let me show you guys how far off they are. It could be a little dark in here, but the hole's kind of over here, so we're about 1.25 inches or so off on that one. Let's go on this side. This one's nowhere near even lining up. And I should have another one right there, but that one's on the opposite side of the frame. So we're definitely gonna have a work cut out for us today, because none of them work, which obviously we knew that. Again, we're working with the Art Morrison chassis here on a 58, but the Art Morrison chassis was technically designed for a 61, so none of the body mounts line up. But what we gotta do is make it work, because it's a really sick frame. So yeah, that's what we gotta do. So let's just get into it. Let's just get dirty. Let's get chopping. Let's throw some sparks. Let's hit it.
On the track.
I got a little cut happy and kind of took off a body mount that we needed. Literally, I left one body mount, so gotta get that fixed up. The rest of them I gotta clean up. I literally cut it through and I was like, shoot, I needed that one. So I'm gonna have to get that back on there, which is no big deal. But we're gonna clean up all the other ones, get them all grinded up, grind it smooth, and then that way we have a fresh start off of everything. So once we get that grinded smooth, then we'll just kind of move to the next step. So this next one's gonna be pretty much just time lapse, a whole bunch of grinding. So let's get to work. Well, it got a little dark in here because the fluid breaker. I guess I was grinding a little too hard. So I gotta go figure out what it is, and we'll get back grinding. Alright, so body mounts are all off. I just gotta replace that one that I cut off real quick, so I'm gonna weld that back up, clean it up, weld it back up. All the rest of it, from what I can get to at least for right now, is all cleaned up, grinded smooth. Let's see if you guys can see it right here. So everything's all grinded up, grinded nice and smooth, cleaned up. So that brings us closer to our next step here, which obviously after I weld on that body mount that I screwed up on, put that thing back on, I kind of actually just thought about even maybe taking off the other one and just starting fresh, but I don't know. That one's actually not bad, and I'm kind of thinking I'm going to build the other ones very similar to that, so might just leave that. We'll see how that kind of goes. But we're making good progress. There's a lot of grinding today. I don't know if you guys actually saw it in the clip on a time lapse earlier when I first started. I actually just fried one of our Makita grinders. I'll put the clip right here. You guys can kind of see. I was in the middle of just breaking it all down, and then I transferred over to using one of our bigger grinders. That way I get a smoother finish. And I saw a little smoke out of the corner of my eye, but I just thought it was possibly the sparks just, you know, burning my shoe or something. I kind of ignored it, and then I saw it again, and then it was literally like kind of in my hand. I saw like a flame come out and just smoke. I was like, oh! So I fried one of our Makita grinders today, which sucks because that guy's not cheap. I'm gonna say it's like a $400 grinder, but it sucks because that was my favorite grinder. That thing's put in a lot of work though, a lot of work. We've actually had that for a long time, so I guess it's time to go buy a new one. We've had really good luck with them, so I'm definitely gonna go back to another Makita. I love that brand. I love that grinder. So it just makes me a little sad though. It really does. Everything we own in this shop as far as like power tools is all Makita. Like all of our grinders, except for like our little DAs and stuff, those are like the cheap Amazon ones, because if you go through them, they're like 20 bucks, throw it away, go buy a new one. But yeah, so time to clean up because I made a mess around here, get everything swept up, get the frame blown off, and then probably start with another test fit after I weld on that body mount. These guys are probably hating me because I gotta put this body on back and forth. So the good part is we should all be yoked for there he is. We should all be yoked for summer, so we should all be looking good. Probably not. All right, we got this accidental cutoff welded back up. So that one's all good. Make sure it's all nice and level. Back to factory spec, just like it used to be. So now we can continue. Step now is pretty much let that guy cool down, get the body mounts placed back in position over here, blow this guy back off again, and then we're gonna get the body back on here once again, and we're gonna start this process all over. There's a lot of going back and forth on building these things like this, and the crazy part is we're doing this on the ground. Like if I wish I had a lift, but we just not really set up for a lift here. So let's get to work. So the body's back on, we got it all lined up here. So now this is where the fun begins. We gotta build, I think it's 4, 5? No, I think it's 3%, 3 or 4%. So anywhere from 6 to 8. I don't know, I gotta double check to see. I have to go back down there. But we gotta build all new body mounts to get this to work properly. So we got everything squared up right now. I'm gonna do some final measurements just to make sure. And then from there, we're gonna start getting some programs. Actually, we're gonna start off with some cardboard probably. Just a cardboard, do it old school, and then go into some program, and then start building some custom body mounts. So that's pretty fun. So we were able to get the first bushing and body mounts lined up, the rear ones. So the rear ones are all lined up. Frame is centered up. Same thing with that one. That one's all done. So that one's good. Also, I'm using a body mount that's slightly taller for right now, just so I can check clearances on everything. What I'm doing is I'm putting the body mounts all the same, all the way in the front, the rear, these ones as well. So here's the first bracket all ready to go, and that's a nice little body mount there. Doing some nice little angles on it. This is actually 1/4-inch wall, and then I'm gonna actually bring cap this all off, so it's gonna have a nice little flow to it once it's all molded. So this side's done, the other side's done. I'm gonna work my way to this one right here. So I'm gonna do this one next. On the rear side first, I'm just working my way from the back to the front. And the nice part is what I do on one side matches the other side. So it's not so bad, but it is very time consuming, I'll tell you that. This has pretty much consumed all my day today. So I'm a little tired now. All right, just cut out some more of the these are testers for the body mounts. So this is gonna be just to get my measurements on it. Let's see. Ooh, still a little warm, so I'm gonna wait. Well, it looks like this one's lining up nice and good. The only thing I gotta worry about is this little corner over here. It's actually sticking past the fender liner, the inner liner here. So it's gonna be a really tight fit here. I only got about 1/4 of an inch of gap. So I'm gonna have to definitely suck this in a little bit. But at least I know measurement wise it works. So I'm just testing for right now with a flat piece of material with the oversized washer on the bottom. And that's just my tester. Good morning guys, how are you? We are back with another day and the same video. But today we're gonna be finalizing the body mount on the 58. But before we can do that, we gotta jump into production because last night's website sales were woo! So we gotta keep going. There's a lot of stuff I gotta cut, which I mean obviously is a really great thing, but I gotta cut a lot. Like I'm blowing through just a full sheet on restock right now. We sold a lot of G-body arch kits, a lot of G-body rear end reinforcing kits. You can see there a lot. And keeping the shelves nice and full here, stocking a whole bunch. So we're restocking on all this. Obviously there's still a lot on the shelf, but we sold a lot last night, so I like to restock everything that's on the shelf. That way we can always have plenty available, because at times we have shops that come in and they'll take like 6 or 7 arch kits at a time. So I gotta make sure that we keep inventory up. Then we can jump back on the project. So for the next hour and a half or so, I'm gonna be stuck on the laser, and I gotta try to figure out what's going on with the press brake, because I think I might have broke it. Don't really know what quite happened. I don't know if it was me or if one of the guys. I'm not blaming anybody, but I just can't figure out what's going on. I'm having a whole bunch of alarm codes going on, and I reached out to the company yesterday to see if I get a little tech. They said they'll reach back to me today, but today's kind of a short day for me because we'll be filming 2 videos today. So you'll see that later on after this, but yeah. Good old Friday for you guys. Good old Friday. What are these janky looking pumps? Loose.
Just like you.
Loose.
Just like you.
Crooked. Oh my gosh.
What can I say?
Nothing. Vic, you never say anything. But you did give me a good intro. Thank you. I mean, you blocked half the camera with your fingers like this, but
I'm a working man, not a camera guy.
working man.
See, look at it.
Yeah. Those boots were made for working. That's just what they do. Tell them, Vic. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Huh?
I don't know what you're singing. I don't know that song.
You don't like country, huh?
Nah, not really.
See what I mean, guys? This is what I deal with every day. It's like I talk to him and then I get a riddle back, and then I talk to him, and then it's like a riddle back, and then I gotta try to interpret what he meant and said in between the 16 seconds of pause. That is why I try to get this guy on camera more, so we get him a little more verbal here and a little more talking. And come on, you can do it. Told you. What I tell you guys, that I don't know what to say, so I toss up 2 fingers. ¿Qué tienes aquí? ¿Qué tienes aquí? Oh man, my camera's full of coolant here, but the guys are all hard at work right now. Oh, laser's done. It's like we just finished baking something. All done. All right, let's go swap this guy out. What just showed up? Got a new one. Got a new one to replace that one. Excited. Woo! All right, guys. So we just got the side pieces for the body mount all attached to the upper pieces. So we're gonna get those imported into this computer over here and into the laser, and we'll get these all cut up. So let me jump in here real quick. Go into Mario's folder, and then rear body mount side pieces. All right, so it's a very simple design because we're going to be adding overlay and make it all fancy later anyway. So no reason to complicate things really. So how many of these do you need for these guys? Alright, they're up and cutting right now. Give it about 20 seconds, they'll be all done. And we'll go ahead and get a test fit over there and get them tacked together. Once they're all tacked together, we'll get them all back on the frame and then get them tacked to the frame itself. And then we're not going to go any further than really tacking them for right now. Once they get all tacked out, I'm going to take the body back off again. So we got the body mounts all tacked together real quick. Obviously, I would normally do it on the brake, but having little issues on the brake right now after I did that piece up there. So we resorted back to just dropping back down to 3/16 for right now. 1/4 inch is technically overkill for the body mount, so 3/16 is more than enough. Plus, we're going to be capping this guy in so you don't see any bolts and stuff like that. So now you got to get that guy up in there. So we just got this guy put on right there. If you guys are looking at it, you see that washer offset. That's just because the bolt is just loose in there. I don't have a center pin in there. So that's looking really good. Now I gotta move to the other side. Remember how I said this wouldn't be too bad because one side pretty much matches the other side? Well, lie detector determined that was a lie. So with this one right here, if I use the same body mount as that side over there, it actually hits the spare tire tub. So I'm gonna have to remake those body mounts real quick, but it's okay because those body mounts I actually tested on the other one work on the other ones. So I'm gonna use those body mounts for the middle ones, and then I'm gonna recreate some ones for this back side over here. We're gonna make them just a little bit smaller, actually 3/8 of an inch smaller, and then we'll go from there. So let me go make those real quick. We'll tack them together and we'll get them back up here. Got them all right here. Skinnier one actually ended up working out a lot better because before originally it was sticking past this right here, so now it's just even with it, so not bad. By the time we get this all welded and molded up, that's gonna look good. That one's on, that one's on, that one's ready, but we gotta actually adjust this one just a hair, but technically these ones are ready. So I think I only have two more on each side to do. Not bad. We're actually making pretty decent progress for today, and for today being a half day for me. So let's keep going. So yesterday we were actually having issues with getting this body to like line up exactly perfect. So we had hit all the holes, but we were still off like 1/8 of an inch, which was good enough for me to get all the body mounts going, because there's enough play in the body mount hole itself. So I figured later on down the road we'd get it adjusted. But today I just found out what it was, and let me show you what. And I kept looking down the frame and I couldn't find anything, but now I found it. And the funny part, it was literally right in front of my face this whole time. So the factory bumper bracket, which obviously was designed for 61, doesn't fit on 58. So as you can see there, it's hitting the spare tire tub. You can see how many attempts we tried yesterday to scoot it over. Yeah. So obviously those will no longer work for us. Those are getting chopped off. So now we should be able to get this guy lined up exactly. Because again, there's enough play. And let me show you guys here. There's enough play. Oh man, I tightened this one. You guys know what I was talking about when I said I left enough play. I pretty much pill cutted each one. So, see that gap there? I'm able to close it up and open it up. So that was my thought, in theory, after the fact. That's why I haven't tacked any of the body mounts on yet. Once we got it all squared up like 100%, because we were just off just a hair. So now we could get it squared up perfectly. And luckily I didn't tack any of those, because now that we found that that bumper bracket's hitting, now the body gotta come back off. So we gotta cut those back off, then get the body squared back up again, then tack the body mounts back on, and it's just an ongoing process. So, but we were still making good movement. Can't complain. 2 days on custom body mounts. Actually a day and a quarter. We'll call it a day and a half by the time I'm done here. So not too bad. So now we're gonna finish up a few more over here, and we'll just keep chugging right along. All right, so we pretty much got almost every single one except for one body mount done. So I'm very excited because we got a lot more done than I was expecting today. I was hoping to get this video edited today before I have to leave to go pick up the other one, but we'll see. I had to do some editing while I'm sitting and driving. Just kidding, I don't do that. But thank you guys for always liking, sharing, and subscribing. We'll see you guys on the next video. I also want to say thank you guys just for joining along on this process. I've been trying to upload a lot more videos for you guys as well. It is a lot of work. I mean, I'm telling you, it's a lot of work. So if you guys can, give me that sub on there, give me that like, drop me a comment down below. Appreciate you guys all, and I'll see you guys later on today, which for you guys will be like 3 days later. So see you guys, have a good one.
Look at the car, you know who did it, I don't have to mention. They know it's Alex from Hoppos. Custom